With Kid Dream's question, he says, ladies, what are your duties in society and in a relationship? All right, let's start with you. You haven't spoke a lot. We got to get you to speak.
Directly to me.
You came from all the way, what part of New York?
Syracuse.
You came from Syracuse. That's a good 4 or 5 hour drive, right?
4-hour drive.
4 hour drive. So, yeah, we want to hear your perspective. So, what are your duties in society and a relationship? Start with society first.
So, my duties in society, I personally feel like I'm here to help people. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here for anything else other than to help homeless, sick, children, anybody that I can help. That's my purpose in society. As far as duties in a relationship, I am there to provide, as you said earlier, obedience and sex. But there are other things that I could provide as well. So an ear to listen to you, a shoulder to cry on, anything that you would need. I'm a compassionate individual. I love everybody. Until you piss me off. But, yeah, I just...
Question for you.
I want to.
If you piss the man off, is it okay for him to stop doing his duties?
I never said I stopped doing my duties.
You just said,
No,
I have all of these duties until you piss me off.
It's not that I can, quit doing the duties.
But the
I just get a
until
little aggravated,
implies... Okay, fair enough. Maybe you misspoke, but from my perspective, until implies like you're going to stop.
No, I don't mean I'm going to stop doing things for you. I'm just going to be a little aggravated while I do it.
Good. She caught that fast. She caught that fast.
Ain't no loving that.
Okay, well, I got a question then.
Yes.
Do you think that the man should accept you with the attitude? You're going to continue to do your duties, but should a man tolerate that attitude?
Not 100%, no. I can see it from both perspectives. I can. If we're married and we've been together for some years, then yeah, I feel like I have a little bit of leniency to have an attitude and you know, be understanding. But let's say we've only been together for a couple of years. That attitude, that problem that I have, I shouldn't really be bringing it up so much if you're providing what you need to provide. You know what I'm saying?
So then your duties is contingent on the man?
No.
Well, you just said that as long as he continues to do what he has to do.
As long as you continue what you are doing from the beginning, like you're being a caring individual, you're taking care of the bills.
Yeah, whatever his duties are. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to continue to be that person for you, but when you start to show differently and act differently, I'm going to pull away because at that point in time...
Then that would mean that your duties is contingent on the man's duties.
I guess you could say that, yes.
Okay.
Equal.
So now let's reverse it, right? The man has his duties, whatever the duties that you said he had. What if his duties was contingent
and if I'm
on
lacking
yours?
in any area, I can understand why he would pull away. I completely understand.
So I'm not protecting and providing unless you submissive to me, unless you
sense.
this and this, and that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Compromise.
Wouldn't you say that, though, one of your duties as a woman is to give that man peace?
It is.
And how are you giving him peace if you are complaining and giving him attitude?
It's not really a complaint. If I come to you and I say, hey, this is bothering me, and you work on it to fix it, it's not really an issue. I'm not complaining about it over and over again if the issue and the problem is fixed.
Okay. You're not complaining about it again if the issue and the problem is
If I bring
It
it
doesn't
up
make it
and
a
it's an
complaint
issue.
the first
Exactly.
time.
So
If I address an issue and I say, hey,
concern.
this is an issue with me,
Yeah.
and you don't, try to work on it, just like if you address me with the issue, I feel like then after that, it is me complaining and nagging over and over again, but I shouldn't feel like I have to do that. Just like a man shouldn't feel like he has to do that as well.
Like extra sex.
But it's different, though. So I'll get to the man in a second. Essentially, what I'm getting from you here is your duties is contingent upon a man's duties. The man has to continue to do what he does, protect and provide, for you to be nurturing, be submissive, and give him sex or whatever it may be, your duties. And if things go wrong, you get an attitude, and you don't stop giving that attitude unless, once again, things get fixed. Remember we had that conversation about women like to use emotions to manipulate the man. And this all that is. Women, real quick, from a general perspective, right? They like to, well, I'm going to get an attitude. I'm going to cause a fit. I'm going to do something to get a reaction out of him so he can act and change and do things the way I want him to do. You try to control the man by withholding sex for compliance. You try to control the man by using manipulation tactics. This is what I'm saying. If it is the case that the woman's duties is contingent on the man's duties, essentially is always manipulation. Because you can use that. You can stop doing your duties at any time so he can do his duties, so he can step it up, so he can behave, so you can control that man.
But when did I say I was going to stop doing my duties? I never said it. I said no. I said if you are stopped doing exactly.
That's what he said.
But that's the thing.
But that's the thing. And providing a home and all
But
this
that's the
extra
thing.
stuff.
Look.
Yes, but I don't mean just like little small things. Like I'm not just catching an attitude for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're
There's
saying.
a
We're
reason
speaking in
for it.
general too.
Yeah.
We're not really speaking about anything specifically. I
Right.
give you grace that we are speaking in general. But yeah, I got you real quick. But what I'm getting at here is the bigger picture. Because it's nonsensical for the woman's duty to be contingent upon the man's duty.
Right.
The woman should just know her duty and do her duty regardless, especially in a relationship. If you're submitting to that man, doing the most there's no other greater form of submission for a woman other than sex. Sex is the most ultimate form of submission. So if you're doing that most ultimate form of submission, do the rest of your duties, comply, listen to that man, follow his program. You are not the leader in the relationship. The man is the leader. So if your duties is contingent upon the man's duties, you are the leader.
Right.
Right.
Do you want to be the leader in a relationship?
No.
Okay, so now let's unravel this. If you don't want to be the leader in a relationship and you want the man to be the leader in a relationship, then you must submit to that man. And you must allow that man to lead. So this doesn't mean that your duties is contingent upon the man. This means that you submit and you follow him to the end of the road. Men, we make mistakes. Men, we're human beings. We fall off. We may lose a job. Life happens. Lives. You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
But if you already do that ultimate form of submission for that man, ride with that man into the end. Love that man into the end.
I get
We're
what
speaking
you're
about
saying.
relationships. What's the woman's
But
duty?
My thing is, I'm not speaking on just, automatically retracting my duties as an individual. I just meant
Fair.
like over time periods. Like if you stop giving me what you're supposed to be giving me or what you gave me at the beginning, because nobody just deserves anything. You're not supposed to get anything. You are given something. Then I'm going to start to feel like I'm not needed here anymore. You can replace me. That's
Let's
how I feel.
reverse it then. Let's say if every time, depending on the man's duties is contingent upon your duties.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not giving him peace or if you complaining, he stops. He's not going to pay the rent. He's not going to pay the bills.
I mean, but I can pay my own bills.
No.
I'm sorry, I can. I understand
So
what
look
you're
at this.
saying.
Look at the modern day women's mindset. Well, I don't need a man. I can just pay my own bills.
Can I say
The
something?
thing is, you don't want that. I'm speaking about what you want. When we're speaking about do you want to be single and live with cats and dogs? No, you don't want
No,
that. You
nobody
want a
wants that.
man. So we're speaking about a relationship. I can pay my own. Imagine if a man said that. I can pay my own bills. Gay. What you talking about? You can pay your own bills. Nigga, what? You're an adult. All adults, man or female, when we live in 2025, we all should be self-sufficient enough where we can pay our own bills. That's not a flex to pay your own bills. I'm speaking about in a relationship, you do expect the man to do his duty, which is protecting and providing. So if the man's duties is contingent upon your duties, and let's say if you get an attitude or whatever he doesn't like about your duties, you're not doing it, he stops cold turkey. I'm not paying the rent. I'm not paying the bills. How would that make you feel? You would feel like you're being he's literally trying to manipulate you.
Yeah.
You would feel like he's manipulating you.
But again, I didn't say right then and there. I said over time. Over a long period of time.
It doesn't matter if it's 1 year or 20 years in a
So you
relationship.
told me after 10 years of marriage, and you stopped doing what you did for me at the beginning of this marriage, you expect me to stay right here with you.
Yeah.
Boots on the ground.
Because we have more
Yes.
time in. I would say
Yes.
more time in would say, yeah, we're building stuff together. We built a legacy. We probably got some kids in a relationship. More time means like
More effort.
More effort.
Okay.
More like it's
I get what you're saying.
Sacrifice.
He's on.
Yeah.
Wait, I had something to say.
So wait, hold. So you mean tell me you married with a guy for 20 years, you're gonna end a whole 20-year marriage because he didn't do something for a month?
No.
Yeah, that's crazy. That don't make no sense.
No, that's not what I mean. That is not what I mean. Y'all are taking it out of context. And maybe I didn't say it right.
I feel like I understand what you.
That's what you thought though too, right?
Because
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
All right.
So
no,
let her explain.
Let her explain.
that's not what I
I
mean.
feel like she
I
tried
just
and
mean
I'm still
like
not
I'm
understanding.
exactly. Thank you. What I'm saying is, after so long, you start acting differently towards me. You're going out. You're doing all this extra stuff. You've never done this before. Now you're changing up your routine. You're treating me differently. I'm trash to you, basically.
How long has this been going on? I know this is a hypothetical, but how long?
Let's say like a year.
Keep going.
Let's say it's going on for about a year. Do you expect me to continue to have my boots on the ground with you if you aren't acting the same way you did?
Wait, okay, so
A conversation needs to be had.
Your question, I don't know if anybody remembers. Your question was, do you expect a man to deal with your attitude? That was your question.
Yeah.
My answer, which I feel like coincides with her answer, is I expect a man to deal with my attitude when he creates that attitude.
Oh, well, it's not necessarily to deal with the attitude.
You
It's,
said tolerate. My bad.
Well,
you did say tolerate.
one is to tolerate, but not only that. Do you expect the man to tolerate that attitude and also change because you have an attitude? Because
So,
she said
what
that
I'm saying-
she said that she would, if the man then gets his stuff together, then I'll stop having that attitude. Like what I'm saying is, her duties is contingent upon the man's duty, so he has to consistently appeal to her and her feelings, and if he's doing that, then ultimately she's manipulating that man with her emotions.
Wait, so what I'm saying, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't want you to feel no type of way.
Go ahead.
I'm definitely agreeing with him because
I
what
agree
you're
with him,
saying,
too.
what you're saying is what you're trying to say, but the way you're saying
Yeah,
it
I'm
isn't
going
correct.
about the wrong way.
What she, in my opinion, and correct me if I'm wrong, what you're trying to say is yes, your actions are contingent upon a man's actions because if he starts doing something different after all these years that makes me feel a type of way, I'm going to have an attitude towards it.
Yes.
He created that attitude, so now he has to tolerate that attitude. And once you don't want to tolerate my attitude and I tolerated your change, yeah, I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing.
And I'll tell you the difference. And I'll tell you the difference between men and women.
Better, thank you.
You're
And I'll
welcome.
tell you the difference between men and women. I'm speaking about modern day women because men, from
Things
a general
change, yeah.
aspect, really didn't change too much. We just adapt.
Yeah.
But the difference between modern day women, do you know that most marriages are sexless?
Mm-hmm.
Most men
Yeah.
are in sexless marriages.
Yeah.
So one of the main reasons why he's in a relationship with this woman is to have sex with her, but she's withholding sex for compliance. So think about this. You ladies would say, and I'm speaking in general now, not all of you, right? But you ladies would say, well, my duties is contingent upon the man's duty, right? And if he doesn't do his duties, I'm going to have a fit. I'm going to have an attitude until he starts doing his duties, until he does the things that I want him to do, until he does the things that makes me feel good. That's basically what you're saying.
I mean, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I know you don't agree with
I
it,
was
but
just saying- I was
I know,
trying
but
to
let me
explain
lay
my
my plane. Here's what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is very simple. Men, we actually are the real romantics. We stay in the relationship.
Yeah.
Think about it. What is it? Women initiate 70 to 80% of the divorces.
Wow.
Men aren't initiating divorces like that. If things aren't going your way, your panties get in a bunch and then you're looking for an escape route. You're always looking for your next exit.
That's true.
The man, if things isn't going his way, if you have an attitude, if you withholding sex from him, he still stays committed to the woman. Generally speaking, right? So look,
I was gonna
most
say,
men don't have
can I get
the
personal
listen,
real
most
quick?
men don't have the ability to cheat.
They
so
don't.
they don't even have the options to
But
cheat.
also,
if
you
we're
can't
speaking
withhold
about-
sex from your husband and expect him not to cheat. Like you know what I mean? Like
He's gonna
you
go
guys
find
know
what you-
men want sex and amongst other things. But if you're in a marriage and you're not having sex with your man, why are you surprised when he cheats? Not saying that cheating is right, but like sex is a part of a relationship. We all know that.
Also, two wrongs do not make a right. So if my man is acting like not of himself, right, I'm gonna dial it back. Like, okay, I've been doing all my duties that I need to do for him, right, and it's been acceptable for him so far. It could be something going on with him personally. You know, I think a lot of women like how you said, we think we're so special. It may not have to do with us at all. It could just be what they're going through. Women are so quick to just end a relationship because they're unhappy for like a week straight. You could have a whole bad year. I don't really care. I'm going to keep striving and keep going because I know at the end of the day, this wasn't the person that I met. This isn't how our relationship usually is. This is a rough patch we're going through right now.
And then life be lifing.
But if you're getting an attitude and you stop doing what you're doing, it's not healthy. And especially if you have kids involved as well, you're not setting a good environment for them.
And that's where that's where communication comes in. You know, everybody, you know, always says, hey, what's one of the key things for a long-lasting relationship? And communication always comes up. But what I've realized is, not even just from my personal experience, but other people's experience, is that women, when you guys are upset with your husband or boyfriend for whatever the case may be, you don't address it right then and there. You guys let that shit build up. And doing that will damage the relationship in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
But what is it called? Nagging, when you keep just going?
No, there's a difference between nagging is nitpicking.
Or manipulating.
Nagging is literally nitpicking about every little thing that he's not doing, or that's wrong. That's nagging. But if he did something that you didn't like in the relationship,
Like
that bothers you, and he doesn't know that it bothers you, and you're over here acting different, and you're not communicating, and then he keep doing the thing that bothers you, it's not going to go anywhere. It's only going to lead to destruction. So just a simple conversation will go a long way. How many times have you you didn't like somebody, right, that you didn't know too much about, and you guys finally had a conversation, and you were like, you know what, I didn't like you. I thought you was this. I thought you were that. And all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now you realize how cool they were, and you didn't like them for whatever the reason. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't
said
judge
never.
people based off of what other people say, because how you treat people and what you show other people may not be what you show me and how you treat me. So respectfully,
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna take
I
an
don't know how to
account.
feel about that one.
I'm gonna take an account what is said about you, but my personal experience with you is what matters the most.
I agree.
Because
real quick.
how you treat me is what matters to me.
I
I don't
agree.
care how you treated that person. She could be my best friend. That got nothing to do with me. Respectfully, I'm my own person. I was born alone. I'm gonna die alone.
Maybe that
Also-
person's acting accordingly.
well, it's integrity comes into play. And integrity comes into play when men, we respect integrity. So like if you treated this person bad, well, how do I know that you're not going to treat me the same
Yeah.
way? So
well,
integrity
my thing is, how
different.
did that person treat you
Integrity,
for you to treat them bad?
well, yeah. Then we need more context to
Exactly.
it. But that's why integrity and integrity is, it doesn't matter the circumstances. It
That's
doesn't
me.
matter the
I'm always
situation. You are always going to be this person that you are. You're not going to switch up because other people are different situations. But
Chameleons.
it's funny. We were all having this discussion, and I came to the realization is, essentially, women just want leverage in the relationships. They want leverage.
Can I be honest?
And when I say that, and I say all of that to say that you're always looking for leverage. You would try to use emotional manipulation to get your way. You would cause an attitude, cause a fit, withhold sex for compliance to try to control the man and get your way. It's very funny. Men, we don't operate like that, and we are physically stronger than you. We are the stronger sex, but we're not trying to gain this leverage and control things, but we actually have the ability to.
Can I say something?
Real quick, listen, think about it. I want you ladies to soak this in, just like you want to. I know you don't get the time to
you
speak.
know it's crazy. I'm
but
really
real quick,
a
I know.
great
Look,
listener.
let me just finish real quick. Soak this in. We actually have the ability, like, if we wanted to. We don't have to wait to get sex from you, ladies. We can take the sex from you.
Yeah.
But men build.
Statement.
Listen, stop it. Stop it.
He
and
didn't mean it like
listen.
that.
No, ladies, all y'all just, please.
I know you meant it.
It's a little annoying. Shut up while I'm speaking real quick. Just listen and just soak in the information. Let the plane land before you make before you get your panties in a bunch. Listen to what I'm saying. You ladies are doing things always to try to control the relationship. And you do it by using manipulation tactics, what I explained. The man can actually control the relationship from a physical standpoint. I'm using an example of sex, meaning that the man actually doesn't have to wait to get sex. But we do. And we built a society that gives other men consequences if they try to rape women. So what I'm saying is we built the society for you to even have the ability to try to manipulate men. We built this society so you can try to manipulate these niggas with your emotions. And the reason why you can do that, because the man knows if he does anything back, either from your strength is that you're socially superior than a man. Men, we are socially inept to a degree. Like women, that's one of y'all skills. That's an advantage that you have over men, and you have this because that's the biological differences. And not only that, you're always being approached by men, so you learn how to behave with the opposite sex much faster than men, because men court you and approach you. Women don't court men and approach men, so you learn your way with men. And you learn how to manipulate men, right? But what I'm saying is the only reason why you can use this manipulation tactic, because men built this safe society for you to use it. But essentially what I'm getting at, men are benevolent. Benevolent means good.
I'm about to say, what does that mean?
Men are essentially, generally speaking, men are good. Grape isn't prevalent, but all men can grape. Right?
Yeah.
Like you're withholding sex for compliance from a relationship. Most marriages are sexless, but these men aren't graping their wives. They're like, oh baby, they're being manipulated by the chick. Oh well, what? Oh, let me try to clean so I can get some vagina. Oh, let me do this so I can. Like what I'm saying is, you're always using you're always looking for leverage in a relationship and using certain tactics.
Can I make a comment?
To do things. But real quick, but you don't see men using their leverage. The man's leverage is from a physical aspect. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, real quick. The man's leverage is from the physical aspect, and we ain't out there using it to get leverage. But y'all, I would say y'all leverage would be the social aspect, and y'all use it all the time. But go ahead, ask a question.
Go ahead, Lauren.
I think it was, which one?
No,
it was
Lauren.
It was all three of them.
I'm about to say, I definitely have my hand up first, but she could have it.
Leah, let's go with.
She barely spoke. Go ahead.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why I said she could have it.
Men are failing to.
Wait a minute. Let her talk.
No,
talk.
sorry.
Men are failing to set the tone, in my opinion.
What do you mean? Elaborate.
Elaborate. Tone.
Like, men are.
Mean.
Yeah, like the vibe, like you said earlier. Like the men create the vibe and stuff, but they're failing to do that now.
So the man has to continue to set this vibe in a relationship that's already been established. So you still
exhausting.
blaming the men in sexless marriages? Like what? He's already give me an example then where the man is failing to set the tone. I know.
Not a specific example, but I'm just saying, like, if you want your woman to act accordingly, I think men in today's generation, society, like, it's just declining.
And that
like,
goes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
declining
Like,
right
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
But that-
rapidly, like the majority of men, we would want them to be like that, but they are not.
They're more feminine
So,
than anything.
Chivalry's
That
dead.
is the troubles that we're experiencing on a daily basis. If we're all
You talk about in dating or in a relationship?
in dating, relationship,
Because-
in a marriage, like if a
Well-
man is setting the tone.
But also, like that's where women's communication comes in. If a man is doing something that you don't like, or it's ruining the vibe, it's your job to say, "Hey, look, I don't like this behavior. It's making me feel like this."
You're saying
Because
that
Then
Well,
it comes
it's
off
the
as
woman-
complaining.
because
Exactly.
It comes off as complaining when
Or
we
No,
do
it
that.
doesn't.
manipulation, like
You guys
you
are
just
you
said.
You
guys
have
are
too
miss-
many feelings
It's
as a woman.
communication, just
that
saying,
com-
I don't like this,
communi-
please don't do it
Hold
again.
up.
It's
What
that
Exactly
simple.
where you getting at though? She was going with a different angle to rather than that. Say what you
Yeah.
said again.
What, as far as setting the tone?
Yeah, you were saying setting the tone and men not having the ability because they're lacking in masculinity. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Men are lacking in masculinity. But the funny thing is, I would say I agree. Men are definitely, it's a lot of soy boys out here. It's a lot of
I agree
feminine
too.
men. I
Yeah.
100% agree. They need to step their game up. They need to adjust to the modern day marketplace and make some changes in their behavior. The difference is this. Women's standards went up. Back in the day, women fell in love off the smallest things back in the day.
Yeah.
But the thing is, y'all women are like have been influenced by social media and likes
The reason
and all of that
for
other
that
stuff.
is because
You
there are
want so much
so
attention.
many people in this world. You got to think there are billions of people. We have to have standards at some point. Like,
No,
you
that's
have
fine.
to go off
That's
of
fine.
something, because if I say I'm okay with everything, I'm
Yep.
okay with all the preferences, how you look, how you act, I'm okay with all of it.
Yeah.
How am I gonna get my one person?
But
There's
think
billions
about
of
this.
people.
Your grandfathers got a woman that was a virgin and did everything y'all women doing currently right now and more. They got virgins. Men today aren't even getting virgins. You getting vagina that's been
Been ran
smashed
through.
and dashed and ran through, and this chick still giving me attitude. Chick, why are you giving me attitude? You're not even a virgin. Maybe a virgin, I'll accept some attitude.
Are
I'm
you?
the first nigga in here. All right, scream a little bit,
Are
chick.
you? Because
It's different.
It's
no,
different.
it's not.
It's different.
Men, it's very different.
It's totally
Of course,
because
Wait, time
because
out.
we're getting penetrated. Men aren't the ones getting. Men's
Yeah.
aren't. It's not like that. Women are the ones who are getting penetrated. Men are penetrating. It's two completely different things.
Right.
A man can get 5 women pregnant all at the same time, while a woman
One
can only
man
carry
get 30
one
women
baby.
pregnant at once.
Yeah, but again,
But
two different things.
Let's just ask you the question. If you had a choice, would you want a man that's a virgin, or would you want a man that's experienced?
With sex, we're talking about.
Exactly. Exactly. So
got
think
me
about
there.
So
Yeah,
listen,
exactly.
there.
listen. So think about the differences between men and women. You
want
women
a virgin.
look for a man that is experienced. We don't really necessarily care if a woman is experienced. I'd rather her don't know what to do. Like, where do I put it?
Yeah.
All right, that's kind of fun now. You know what I'm saying?
A
Who
woman,
knows?
a woman with a lot of sexual experience is not attractive to men, period.
So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.